much, Honorable Cabinet Secretary, the governors present, the chairperson of KICTANet, the Deputy High Commissioner to the UK, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning once again. I will ask when Charles comes on stage to go through the lists of the dignitaries. That's what I was asking the gentleman, but apologies for that, chief guests. I will, first of all, want to take this opportunity to congratulate the British High Commission and the UK Digital Acceleration Program team, together with the team from KICTANet, for putting together this event. Our chief guests, as you already know, we do have a number of initiatives that are geared towards transforming our country from a digital perspective. And the biggest challenge in achieving that dream, Honorable CS and the governors present, is the component of the people, because we will deploy the infrastructure, we will implement systems, but these systems have to be used and the infrastructure have to be used by the people, both the people serving the citizens, but also the citizens, for them to be able to access this infrastructure and the systems thereof. And therefore, the issue of digitally skilling our people, both in the public service and the citizens, becomes very critical for us to be able to achieve the desires of our digitization agenda. Under the leadership of the Cabinet Secretary, we have embarked on digital skilling for 20 million citizens across the country, and about 500,000 public servants, both at both levels of government, at the ICT authority. And we have therefore collaborated with a number of stakeholders, Cabinet Secretary, including UK DAP and KICTANet. And it is through this initiative that then we have been able to cascade the digital skilling program. So, Cabinet Secretary, allow me to quickly just invite Dr. Grace Githaiga, who is the CEO at KICTANet, to give us a high-level view of this program, and then we can be able to pick it up from there. Asanteni sana.
So, Bwana CS, all our dignitaries, all the dignitaries who've joined us from the counties. I'm just going to be giving a very high level projection of this program, and so that you get to appreciate what has been done in the last 6 months. So second, next. This project is about, we have been addressing digital divide affecting marginalized groups in Mandera and in Busia counties, and mainly targeting women, youth, and persons with disabilities, and small-scale traders. Next. So we had a kickoff meeting to start the project. So we had 3 inception meetings, one in Mandera, one in Busia, one in Nairobi. And we also used social media to raise awareness and to inform stakeholders about the project, therefore utilizing digital platforms. The program had 8 components. So the first component was the kickoff meeting. Next, please. The second component was about raising awareness, sensitizing, and digital skilling of persons with disabilities, women, and marginalized groups. In that sense, we invited 17,839 participants or community digital champions from Mandera and from Busia to participate in the training. And like in all high schools, in a school, 10,739 finished the training. Out of that, 1,445 has gone ahead to get certification from ICT Authority. Now, these 10,000 were able to train citizens that accumulated to 600,000. And out of that, they were also able to train 1,848 persons with disabilities. Component 3, that's the next slide, was on about empowerment and employability skills for youth and digital champions. And in this one, we worked with Elder Hub, Plus Farm, Sote Hub, in giving skills in entrepreneurship and leadership tailored for the job market. And in that, we were able to, in those 6 months, we've actually been able to create over 6,556 jobs. Component 4, that's the next slide. We were collaborating with internet service providers and entities for digital access. And therefore, we partnered with ICT institutions, and we were able to provide 150 computers to Mandera County. Out of that, 50 had assistive technologies for persons with disabilities. Component 5 was about collaboration for locally relevant digital content. And in this one, we were able to provide relevant digital content, particularly in e-government services, in agriculture, in health, and other services tailored towards community needs. In component 6, it was about creation of knowledge products and publications, and we were able to produce knowledge products. So we had research. We conducted researches. We had 8 policy briefs. We had 6 knowledge products on technology facilitated gender-based violence. We had 4 podcasts, and we also had videos. We also were able to participate in 16 days of activism against on women, on violence against women. And we were able to appear on several television stations and radio stations, both in the counties and in the city. Component 7 was about creating awareness and capacity building, again, for technology facilitated gender-based violence, especially for women and PWDs. And in that, we were able, we have been tracking, you won't believe, in those 6 months, we were able to track 607 cases of women being insulted online. We were also able to offer 62 women, both in Mandera and in Busia, with mental health awareness on how to handle these cases, especially because these were the ones that were affected. And we were also able to create awareness and train law enforcement and health officials in the 2 counties that totaled to 127 persons. And finally, we had a component on AI, policy development and stakeholder engagement, where we contributed to Kenya's AI framework through our AI Challenge Fund projects, stakeholder engagement and policy. We worked to include, we are also working on the AI Statement of Principles, AI Code of Practice, and AI Standards. And in this one, we partnered with the government, with ACTS, with KEBS, with GIZ, and many other partners. And out of that, we were able to award 20 million to 10 projects to develop 10 different AI innovations. The project witnessed success in the 2 counties of Mandera and Busia. This was just a pilot. And as a result, the UK government and ACWIT will be implementing this same model in Garissa, Wajir, Elgeyo Marakwet, and Turkana. That slide, and there's already a banner there, presents all the partners that we worked with, but mainly it was the UK government, the Ministry of Information, and KICTANet, and then we had all these other downstream partners that we work together. So thank you very much. I know the PS says he's leaving by 10. I mean, the CS says he's leaving by 10, so by 10, but please indulge us just a few minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Grace. Let's appreciate her one more time. So our chief guests, as you've heard, within a very short time, the program has been able to achieve commendable progress, training over 6,000 people, and most importantly, creating or training about 6,500 on job opportunities, and only in 2 counties. So it is our hope as we cascade this program to other counties, we will even create a bigger impact. Honorable Cabinet Secretary, have been given the names for protocol. Allow me to quickly just recognize, if you allow me. So starting with the chief guests, our Honorable Minister, Honorable William Kabogo, Cabinet Secretary at the Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy. We have the Governor for Elgeyo Marakwet, Honorable Wesley Rotich, who is also our chair at the COG for the ICT committee. Karibu sana. We have Governor for Busia County, Dr. Paul Otuoma. Karibu sana, Governor. We have Governor for Deputy Governor Garissa County. This is His Excellency Abdi Dagane. Yes, I hope I got it right. And then we have Deputy Governor Mandera County, Dr. Ali Malim. Thank you very much. And then we have the representative of the Deputy High Commissioner, Colin Sky. I think I got it right. I've also seen our chairperson at the USF, the chair of the council, Governor Ongai, karibu sana. And of course, the chair of KICTANet, Ali Hussein. Asante sana. So, Waziri, in the interest of time, allow me to ask the chairperson of KICTANet to come and make a few remarks. Please welcome him as he comes on stage.
Here has saved me from having to remember all the names. So kind of situations. I'm honored to welcome Honorable Cabinet Secretary, Honorable William Kabogo, governors, deputy governors, and distinguished guests. I would like to say, I think all the lines, all protocols observed. Not to, of course, forget rather Deputy High Commissioner from the British High Commission. Today's discussions will focus on disseminating achievements and planning for the sustainability of these impactful initiatives. Guests who have graciously joined us today and through the leadership of the different organizations, government agencies, we at KICTANet like to send you our heartfelt gratitude. As I was waiting to come up here, I was just having a small tete-a-tete with the Honorable CS and just saying that the presence of senior government officials in events like this kind of cements the work that we do. So when the guys are out there in the field and they meet with a little bit of resistance, they can just say, "Wana, tulikuwa na CS na hii mambo, why are you holding things back?" Yeah. So this sort of presence for us is really, really important to ensure that the work continues beyond this workshop today. So let me just quickly say that I'm just super proud of the team at KICTANet and all our partners to get us to where we are here together today. KICTANet as an organization is guided by 4 key principles. The first one is policy advocacy, capacity building, research, and stakeholder engagement. These pillars form the foundation of our efforts to catalyze ICT reforms, advance digital rights, and foster inclusivity in Kenya's digital landscape. Now, I think as Kenya, sometimes we don't really appreciate the power of inclusivity and the fact that what we do here resonates across the continent and beyond. We are leaders in this digital economy today. What we do here in this country is reflected in most countries in Africa. And I can tell you for a fact, for example, in one specific area like fintech, financial technology, not even South Africa comes close to us. That's a fact. We can take it to the bank. So what we do here from a policy engagement perspective is just so crucial for not just Kenya, but the whole continent. So, ladies and gentlemen, our ambition of becoming a competitive knowledge-based economy depends on initiatives like this, by equipping communities with foundational and advanced digital skills, improving access to affordable devices and internet services, and fostering innovation in emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence. We are paving the way for social economic empowerment. Now, with those few words, I would now like to invite my brother, a good friend, Honorable William Kabogo, for the program.
Wangwana, mabibi na mabana, hamjambo. Sasa simukae. Hamjambo bwana. Salama. I appreciate all protocols again observed. I'm very happy this morning because I met some of my colleagues when I was governor. It has reminded me of a job that I truly liked. And I did my best in that space. And I'm happy to see you, colleagues, heads of governments, devolved units. I've also been reminded as we were having coffee that I met Dr. Gray. She reminds me we sat together when we were in Bomas dealing with the 2010 Katiba. But then it was not 2010, it was before, the one that aborted, the one that Keraito and them walked out and started singing outside. And they let the cat escape. But nevertheless, we got there a couple of months or years later, and we now have Katiba 2010, ile ambayo tunafaa kulinda kwa hali yoyote ile. And then I speak as Minister of Government, so realizing that we have responsibility as government, but also as government, we have responsibility to make sure that our Katiba is respected and it works. I am not tech per se, but when the MC was here and talking about the 2000 or thereabout, he reminded me that I own the first cyber cafe in Nairobi. I was not tech, but I did, and the who's in town who would come there and surf. I remember Franklin Bett was then the controller of State House, and a small Ghana owning such a high-end cyber cafe, the first one in Nairobi. I felt good that time. I now feel better that I am the guy who is supposed to make this space good. And what we are doing as a ministry or as government is to make sure that Kenya is properly and well connected with high speed and affordable internet. But on top of our agenda is the skilling. And I appreciate Deputy High Commissioner the support you are giving, especially to the disadvantaged counties. But you will realize that the entire country is disadvantaged in terms of skills. And then this morning, I will read, don't worry, I'll read what you guys did. But this morning, I was at a European Union Kenya press conference to announce and support the European Kenya Summit, which will be on the 12th and 13th of May, that will bring together business people from the European Union and Kenyans to take advantage of the digital space in terms of trade. So I do extend that invitation to yourselves and to those that you will meet from now on and say, let's take advantage, because you know a lot is happening in the world. I do not want to mention who or where, but you know. I do not want to be the one to get into that space. Elon Musk is a nice guy. So this morning, I one of the ambassadors, we had 6 ambassadors, with the ambassador for Romania. And she gave me news that will keep me smiling the whole day, that they have decided to give Kenyan scholars, 3+8 students, 8 scholarships to go and study in Romania. And you know, Romania is #1 in cybersecurity, so 5 in cybersecurity and 3 in digital skilling. So I tell my friends from the disadvantaged counties we can spare one of the three to go to a student from that region. But I'm also hoping that our friends, long-term friends, UK, something should happen so that we can get a couple of these students out there, so that they can come and do what this you are doing, and for Kenyans themselves to become trainers in digital skills. As you know, as we spread internet or fiber optic in the whole country, we also have a plan to have cyber security to have digital hubs in every electoral ward that will be used as a training center, and hoping that the young men and women who are trained in these hubs should be able to go out there and open their own digital hubs for purposes of young Kenyans to do businesses or their business in this platform. So Kenya, as we have always had, and I'm sure the chair has said this, is the Silicon Savannah of Africa. We may be number one in Africa, but we are globally placed to be amongst the global players. And this we truly appreciate the help that we are getting from World Bank, UK government, French government, and most of the European Union governments, and we truly appreciate. And if you give them an applause, I will tell them you did that. So besides government bureaucracy, which we are always told we have, this Waziri, this minister, is trying his best to make sure that this platform is good for all players. Another day, I don't know where I was. Apparently, this ministry has ambassadors flowing in. So this is the busiest ministry. Because if you're not in the digital space, Maze umepotea. You understand what I'm saying? You should be on this platform. This is where the future is. And when we were in that function, one guy on the platform said, you know, the former minister. That was Nyambura, Professor Dr. Nyambura. And then he said the former, meaning Owalo. When I took the podium, I told him, don't ever say that again, because you might make me former. You know, this job is good, lakini when the car is out there, you have to keep a guy there to make sure that it is still there and it has a flag. And otherwise, you may come out and find your job is done. It's a challenging job. But things should change as we go forward. And one day, government will look like a private company, the same way you have efficiency. In private companies, government should be efficient. And two things that I speak about all the time is to do the right thing and do them effectively. So one is about effectiveness, the other one is about what you plan to do it best. And we are thriving to do what is good for our country in this space. And I'm happy that so far, so good. Allow me to read what I've been given to read. I have a little bit of input. So disclaimer is that not everything I'll say is by me, but most of the good things you will hear is what I have put in that. If I don't read, then I get into trouble. And people tell me, we slept all night trying to make you look good, but you didn't read. So it is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today, this workshop, convened by KICTANet under the UK Digital Access Programs, Strengthening Digital Communities Initiative. This program exemplifies the transformative power of partnership, bridging digital divides, empowering marginalized communities, and accelerating Kenya's journey towards an inclusive digital future. At the onset, allow me to express our profound gratitude to the UK government for their steadfast partnership. Your support through the Strengthening of Digital Communities Initiative has been instrumental in advancing Kenya's digital transformation agenda, particularly in achieving the ambitious goals of our digital superhighway and National Digital Master Plan 2020. The Ministry of Information, Communication and Digital Economy is committed to achieving universal connectivity through our digital superhighway initiative, which involves laying 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic cable and deploying 25,000 public Wi-Fi hotspots nationwide. I know in many places people are saying these hotspots are not working. That is true. And the only reason, and I want to say this knowing that KICTA CEO is here, is that we placed very many of them in markets and all those places, but there was no plan for sustainability. We are now working on that and releasing those hotspots to young Kenyan boys and girls who will man them and probably charge 5 shillings for every entrant on the platform, in the net, so that they may make a living and man those hotspots. So we should be good in a while. Secondly, we are prioritizing digital skills development and job creation through comprehensive training programs like this one that you guys are doing, including our forthcoming National Digital Skills Curriculum and 1,450 digital hubs. Thirdly, we are accelerating the digitization of government services with over 22,000 services now integrated into the eCitizen platform. I know sometimes people complain that they have issues. If we didn't have issues, the world would be a very boring place. We are fixing those issues that people are having problems with on this platform. Finally, we are strengthening our cybersecurity frameworks to ensure a safe and secure digital environment for all Kenyans. These strategic priorities are designed to cultivate a vibrant digital ecosystem that fosters innovation, particularly in emerging technologies such as AI. The UK Digital Access Programme has been a valued partner in this journey, reaching over 6 million Kenyans with critical digital inclusion initiatives. Over the past 6 months alone, I am informed the Strengthening Digital Communities project has achieved remarkable milestones in Mandera and Busia counties. They have trained 17,000 young people. They deserve an applause, my friends. These digital champions have subsequently shared their knowledge with over 600,000 citizens across the nation, equipping them with these essential skills ranging from operating digital devices to accessing government services and practicing cyber hygiene. As a result of this project, some 6,500 youth have gained employment as digital champions, trainers, and entrepreneurs, while a further 10,000 have established their own businesses using newly acquired digital skills. In Busia and Mandera, we have trained, or they have trained, the guy who wrote this is in the room. They have trained 4,000 community digital champions in leveraging digital tools for agriculture, directly contributing to enhance food security in these regions. The program's donation of 150 computers to innovation hubs, including devices equipped with assistive technology for persons with disabilities, further demonstrates our shared commitment to leaving no one behind in the digital revolution. As we celebrate these achievements, we must collectively address the critical question of sustainability. How do we ensure these gains are not only maintained, but expanded to reach every corner of our nation? The answer lies in multi-stakeholder collaboration and initiative approaches. The national government, county governments, and development partners must integrate digital literacy into their development agendas through a harmonized approach. We must explore creative financing models through public-private partnerships. Most importantly, we must design programs that specifically address the needs of marginalized groups, including women, persons with disabilities, and senior citizens. Looking ahead, our vision is clear: a Kenya where every citizen can fully participate in the digital economy. A nation at the forefront of innovations in artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies. A country where government services are accessible to all with just a few clicks. This is the Kenya we are building together. This is the Kenya we're building together through our digital superhighway and the National Digital Master Plan. In closing, let me reaffirm our unwavering commitment to the transformative journey. With continued partnership, transparency, and innovation, we will create digital opportunities that extend to every corner of our nation. By working together, government, private sector, development partners, and communities, we will ensure that no Kenyan is left behind in this digital transformation. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. Good morning. Somebody said it. Thank you. Good morning. So allow me to also say the phrase all protocol observed. I'm delighted to be here today to mark the conclusion of the Strengthening Digital Communities project in Mandera and Busia counties, which has been successfully implemented by our friends at KICTANet, but also all our other downstream partners and government agencies such as the ICT Authority. I just want to say a huge thank you. What we were trying to do with this initiative was to foster civic and democratic engagement, increase access to reliable information across sectors, including agriculture, health, the media, civic involvement, employment, online safety and security, and education for all citizens. The project aims to empower marginalized voices, including vulnerable groups, women, girls, young people, and persons with disabilities, to support civil society to use technology to better organize and improve food security, well-being, education, and others. The UK is committed to being true partners to Kenya as we look to digitally transform the government, society, and development. And we aimed to translate that commitment into tangible support for the people of Busia, Mandera, and other counties in Kenya, ensuring those often digitally excluded were instead prioritized. And as you've heard, we've come a long way in a short time. So in less than 6 months, the project, under the stewardship of KICTANet, has trained over 10,000 young people to become community digital champions, with over 4,000 from Busia and over 1,000 from Mandera. In Mandera and Busia, these young digital champions help share foundational digital literacy skills with over 600,000 community members. And over 2,000 young people were competitively identified and equipped with digital employability skills through mentorship, placements, financial literacy, entrepreneurial training, psychosocial support. Earlier this year, again, as we've heard, 150 brand new computers were donated to Mandera County specifically for women and persons with disabilities. This has enabled training of people with visual impairment because the computers were installed with assistive software, which allowed enhanced access to digital services, including government services. The project has provided key digital skills to a whole range of citizens, some of whom are with us today and will be sharing their stories of how these skills have helped change their lives. An example is farmers in Busia who are now able to access markets, credit, insurance, and extension services online, helping to increase their productivity and improve their household incomes. As the Honourable Cabinet Secretary said, young people are our future, and the launch of this programme in Busia has helped young people to develop their digital skills and to progress their ambitions. Sandy's Wamalwa, if I've pronounced it correct, is here today. Want to give us a wave? Over there. He's from Busia and faced unemployment despite having academic qualifications. But like many young people in counties like Busia, his biggest barrier was lack of access to digital skills. Trapped in a cycle of limited opportunities, he struggled until he encountered the digital access program Soko Plug by our partners in the SOTE Hub. SOTE Hub is a technology hub that's based in Mombasa. Through this project, Sandy's was able to receive hands-on training in digital marketing, content creation, advertising, AI-powered graphic design, and website development. These skills proved transformative. Sandy's quickly began offering freelance services while also supporting local businesses with digital branding and marketing. This transition enabled him to establish his own digital workstation and began earning a consistent monthly income. His journey is a model for scalable impact of the things that you've all been doing. From joblessness to digital entrepreneurship, he's now a mentor to peers, sharing knowledge and inspiring others to tap into the digital economy. His story underscores the powerful ripple effect of targeted digital empowerment in transforming lives and boosting community resilience. Get a round of applause for Sam. I also wanted to mention the example of Saeed Haji, who's sadly not here with us today. He operates a studio in Mandera County and has transformed his passion for photography and cyber services into a thriving, digitally driven business. Through his project, Saeed has leveraged digital tools to scale his enterprise to new heights. He's acquired essential web development skills, enabling him to launch a professional website. Carney Studios is the name of it, and to build a dynamic TikTok presence. And please go on and follow him and add to his impressive numbers already that he has for their number of followers. And the digital visibility through those sites has not only amplified his brand awareness, but also significantly boosted customer engagement and trust. So as a direct result, he's experienced a notable increase in leads, particularly for weddings, mosque photography, and community events. Enhanced customer feedback and credibility gained through his online platforms have strategically elevated his business, placing it on a brand new level of growth and recognition. Moreover, he is now using his new digital skills to diversify revenue streams by offering web development services to local schools, businesses, and individuals. His journey reflects the power of digital inclusion in empowering entrepreneurs and fostering sustainable community development. The reason why I brought up those two examples is just to show the power of this kind of joint project for individuals in communities. This is giving people the skills to get jobs and to improve their livelihoods. Within the project, we've also supported artificial intelligence, both growing the institutions here in Kenya and the ecosystem. And we launched something called the UK Kenya AI Challenge Fund about 6 months ago. And really that was about bringing together Kenyan and UK institutions to work on use cases of AI in Kenya. So looking at development challenges that face Kenya and getting Kenyans to use AI to find solutions to those problems. We've had 11 projects so far, and we will soon be launching call for bids for our second round. So if anybody out there has a good development challenge that they would like AI to help them resolve, then please get in touch with us, because we're really looking for some more partnerships. I wanted to pull out 2 examples. One is a partnership between the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology on the Kenyan side, and on the UK side, the Alan Turing Institute and the Institute for Development Studies. This was something called the Policy Priority Inference Framework. And basically, this is a project that allows policymakers to prioritize public resource allocation using AI to enable evidence-based decision-making to enhance efficiency, improve socioeconomic outcomes, and increase the accountability of any budget. The second one I wanted to mention is about access to statistical data held by the government of Kenya. So using AI in the partnership with the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics again, and the UK's Office for National Statistics. This will allow access to KNBS statistical data using AI and machine learning to help that make that process much more effective. So again, this project looks to improve data-informed policymaking, foster institutional growth. All of our AI challenge beneficiaries, I believe, are in the room and are ready to give you a pitch about what they did and how you might also be able to replicate their experience. I don't know if you want to just give us a wave as well, those that are here. A couple over here. So please look out for them and have a chat to them about how that has benefited them. And as I say, we're really looking for extra partners. So please get in touch if you think that would be of interest to you. We also, I've mentioned persons with disabilities a couple of times. We really wanted this program specifically to benefit persons with disabilities. Over 6,000 people with disabilities have now been reached through the project, thanks to the Kenya Society for the Blind and Signs Media Kenya Limited. Part of that was through an app called Assist All, and this was to connect short-term sign language services for people with hearing difficulties in order to access essential services. So the project trained 28 healthcare officers in Busia and 24 in Mandera, and it's facilitated 750 visits so far for persons with hearing difficulties. We also worked on technology-facilitated gender-based violence by training 30 mental health officers from hospitals and 30 police officers who man the gender desks on the police hotlines, as well as doing some training for victims of technology-facilitated gender-based violence on how to cope with trauma and stress. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a project we're really proud of. We've come a long way in a short time. We're really excited about what the next stage of that project look like. We're delighted with the partnership that we've had with KICTANet and our other partners, but also with the county governments. The challenge ahead of us is to sustain that momentum created by these innovative ideas. The innovation I've just spoken about has fantastic potential to enable the use of digital tools and services by communities to improve efficiency, livelihoods, and grow economies at the local level. We're delighted as well that the digital literary skills curriculum was just validated last week with our friends at the ICT Authority. We're really looking forward to that now being implemented and rolled out across Kenya. We're committed to supporting that. Finally, just by way of conclusion, the digital world, as was mentioned by the Honourable Cabinet Secretary, has great potential, even more so when it's accessible to everyone. Together, we can make sure we leave no one behind in this digital world. So good luck for the rest of the day. I'm really delighted with the progress we've made so far. I can't wait for the next stage. Thank you.